Hi everybody, namaste to you all and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today's topic is about source consciousness and really expanding the relationship that you have with source consciousness. Now to start with, I want to remind you guys what source consciousness is. Well, source is the energy that moves all things in a intelligent way. In essence, it is the connection that we have with the universe. It is the connection that we have with the higher principles. It is the connection that we have with the intelligence of the cosmos. Now, source works in a perfect mathematical way. It means that everything that is happening in your life is happening in a mathematical way. It is happening because you are connected to that thing. It is happening in such a way that you get to expand from that state. Okay, so my suggestion is, if you really want to make a deeper connection with source consciousness, you gotta make a deeper connection with yourself. Okay, so the connection that you have with yourself is also the connection that you have with source consciousness. And the more that you dig deeper within yourself and the more that you expand your consciousness into a higher state, is the more that you will actually be connected to source consciousness. So there is a beautiful saying that says that the connection that you have with yourself is the connection that you have with the universe. Okay, so get to know yourself and you will get to know the universe. Now, there is the source self. Okay, there is the source self, and everybody has a source self. Everybody has a self that is reflecting higher states of consciousness. And the more that we learn to attune our emotional field, our mental plane, and our actions into alignment with this self, is the more that we will be connected to source consciousness. So my suggestion is, if you really want to make a deeper connection with source, you gotta begin to look deeper at your own thought patterns. You gotta begin to look deeper at your own emotional field, and you gotta begin to expand your consciousness. Okay, see things from the bird's eye view. You gotta operate from a state of consciousness that is represented by love, peace, and harmony. Okay, so I'm seeing in my own journey that it's all about my inner world. It's all about my perception. It's all about how I choose to embrace life. Now, someone said that if you let existence do the work for you, then you will actually go into a state where everything will happen in your favor. Now, in today's society, we are so much focused on forcing it to make it happen. We are trying so much. But what I'm seeing in my own journey is the fact that the more that I'm trying, is the further that I'm from my goal. Okay, so the more that you are trying is the less that you achieve. My suggestion is, get into a state of consciousness that is represented by freedom. Get into a state of consciousness that is represented by flow. Get into a state of consciousness that is represented by an effortless action. Because the more that you are struggling and the more that you are chasing it and the more that you are forcing it to happen, is the further that you actually go away from it. Okay, so my suggestion is, get into a state of consciousness of freedom, guys. Okay, freedom from my perspective is the ultimate state of consciousness. And what I'm saying is the fact that self-love is so important. Self-love is so important. So if you really want to make a deeper connection with source, you gotta begin to make a deeper connection with yourself. And it all starts with self-love. It all starts with self-acceptance. It all starts with you making a different connection with yourself. Okay, so guys, in essence, if you are connected to source, you realize that life is happening for you. Okay, there is no such thing that is happening against you. Even if it seems like it's negative sometimes, it's still happening for you. It's still happening with the purpose for you to embrace the lesson. It's happening with the purpose for you to step into a higher state of consciousness. It's happening with the purpose for you to heal your wounds. Okay, so source consciousness is operating in a perfect way. And there's also the beautiful saying that says that realizing that needing nothing brings you everything. So the more detached you get into your own being, the more that you get into a detached state of consciousness, is the more that you actually increase your frequency into a state where you no longer chase, but more likely you attract. Okay, so now you become the observer of your life, because the painter doesn't paint. Okay, the painter is actually the painting itself. So the inner and the outer are connected. You are just the observer of your experience. And you know, I'm seeing in my own journey that so much of the time I was constantly losing my energy by throwing it on outer things. But the moment that I learned to look deeper within my own state of consciousness, and the moment that I learned to make peace with myself and with others, was the moment that I actually made a deeper connection with Source. Okay, so Source is about love. Okay, Source is about peace. Source is about harmony. The more that you become in harmony with your true self, and the more that you increase your energy in such a way that you step into a smoother density, is the more that life will become easier for you to live with. Okay, is the more that you will step into vibrational alignment with who you really are. So it's about authenticity. It's about you really opening your heart into the consciousness of the now. Okay, this is also really important. If you really want to make a deeper connection with Source, you gotta open your consciousness into the present moment, because everything that is happening, guys, is actually happening right here in the present moment. My suggestion is put your emotional field, put your mental plane, put your actions into the now and focus into the now, because the now is the only moment that exists. There is past, present and future are all happening simultaneously. And the more that you heal yourself into the now, is the more that you influence the past, and is the more that you influence the future. So my suggestion is start your healing journey into the now. Have the power to start afresh. Have the power to really forgive the past. Have the power to make a deeper connection with yourself and with the universe. Because the universe is intelligent, and what I'm seeing in my own journey is the fact that the more that I'm accepting my experiences, and the more that I'm stepping into love, and the more that I'm forgiving my past, is the deeper the connection that I have with Source consciousness and Source energy. Okay, and also the higher self is also connected with the plane of Source consciousness. And the more that you make a deeper connection with your higher self, is the more that you step into Source consciousness and Source energy. So my suggestion is get to trust that everything that is meant for you will actually happen for you. Okay, so everything that is meant for you will happen for you. That is how Source is working. Source is intelligence. Source is intelligent. The universe is intelligent. And everything that is happening in your life is happening exactly as it is meant to happen. It is happening based on Source consciousness and Source energy. And this leads me to the idea of trusting. Okay, this leads me to the idea of trusting. This leads me into the idea of really opening your heart to the vibe of trusting and of love and of creativity. Because you know, when you trust that everything that is happening in your life is happening for you, you will actually get to release the blockage. You will get to trust at a new level. You will get to be in alignment with a new state of consciousness. Okay, guys? So yes, Source is the consciousness that moves everything into existence. And before incarnating on planet Earth, everybody was into Source consciousness. But now in this dense realm, sometimes we feel disconnected from Source because we are operating from the ego. We are operating from separation. We are sometimes operating from a state where we are being out of alignment with love. But before incarnated, we have all been to Source. We have all been into a smooth, perfect state of consciousness. And now some of us, we have chosen to forget who we really are at a soul level, and we have come here on planet Earth in order to learn some lessons, in order to learn to make again the connection with the pure consciousness of Source energy. Okay, so guys, this was today's message. If you really want to connect to source consciousness, realize that that is actually one of the most important connections that you can do, and it is happening with you through your quantum field. Okay, it is happening through your emotional body, it is happening through your heart space. The more connected you are to yourself is the more connected you are with source. And sometimes if you feel disconnected from this energy, so if you feel disconnected from love, realize that that is actually okay to be experienced, because in those moments you learn to connect again. So if you really want to experience up, okay, you also need to learn what down is. So when you're experiencing up, you know that up is actually happening. Okay, so contrast is necessary, and my suggestion is don't always seek the positive feeling. Okay, don't always seek the positive feeling, because you also need to learn to deal with low vibrational feelings. You also need to learn to deal with low states of consciousness and negative feelings as well. So my suggestion is step into your freedom, step into your authentic power, step into who you really are, and you will make a different connection with source consciousness and the intelligence of the universe. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and like always, see you on what is coming up next. This was today's video about your relationship with source. If you are new to the YouTube channel, feel free to subscribe, leave a comment, because that is appreciated. I love you so much, and see you next time on the next video. Much peace and see ya. Bye bye.